The kissing pictures and stuff like that came out, and even if there was, I wouldn't have done a scene like that if it didn't go with the film. In the space of a week as well, I've read that, okay, I'm dating someone, and then the day after that, I was engaged. And then the day after that, I was broken up. We have Salman, we have Shah Rukh, we have Amir, we have plenty of, even good actors as well. When I won the title, it was quite big news, and they were all excited. Shor In The City is lovely, like, down to earth kind of, black comedy. Hi, I'm Preeti Desai, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.
We have this elegant and classy Preeti Desai, who's creating a lot of Shor In The City. Pleasure having you in Bollywood Hungama, first of all.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Preeti, as I think most of you guys must be knowing now, because she's been in news quite regularly of late, that she was Miss Great Britain, and she has done the Indian community in Great Britain proud. How do people of Indian origin look at you over there?
I think, they're quite proud actually. A lot of people said, oh, that's amazing. I think purely just because no the Indian girl or no the girl of like colour, they say, right, won the title. So, and here in India and stuff, it's huge, the Miss India and stuff like that. So when I won the title, it was quite big news, and they were all excited. So I got a lot of support from the Indian community, well, all the communities really, not just the Indian community. So it was nice. It was nice. It was a nice feeling to feel so loved and see all the support I was getting from people.
You've grown up in England. How was your childhood like?
It was good. It was just like a normal childhood, really. Got into trouble going out playing. Also just like a normal childhood. It was nice. And
I believe your parents are basically from Gujarat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the Gujaratis, yeah. And I'm Gujarati too.
I believe you know Gujarati as well.
Of course, yeah. Gujarati bodu bolu.
Fantastic.
Apne ghar mein Gujarati જ બોલીએ.
And what about Hindi?
Hindi, yeah. I'm working on my Hindi.
Okay.
Obviously, growing up in England, you kind of speak English, and like at home we only spoke Gujarati.
Right.
I grew up watching Hindi films, so like I could always understand Hindi, but we never spoke it.
What sort of Hindi films?
Oh gosh, all the
Any names?
Stayed with me. Like I've got to say, I keep saying Maine Pyar Kiya. I remember watching that over and over again.
Salman Khan, right?
Yeah, Maine Pyar Kiya. Then we've got Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. There's Dil. Oh gosh, there's loads, But I've always like kind of watched growing up over there.
Preeti's film Shor In The City. I think the reviews have been very, very positive so far.
Yeah.
Something about the film Shor In The City. What exactly are you doing in that?
Shor In The City is lovely, like down to earth kind of black comedy. I really liked the script. When the directors came to me and like they kind of told me the whole story, and I immediately liked it. I just thought, this is nice, this is fresh, this is different. I play the character Shamali, and Shamali's there's 3 different stories. So Shamali's opposite Sendil Ramamurthy's character in the film. So she's his love interest. So she kind of bumps into him while he's going through quite a tough time. He's just moved into the city, and he's going through, what you would do normally if you're trying to set a business up and stuff. So she shows him the city through her own eyes, and the city then comes alive for him, and he starts. She kind of shows him like, okay, this is what it's like, So yeah, and then they have like a little love story and stuff like that.
Definitely, we've been seeing all of that in fact. Since you're not from India and not from Mumbai itself, so how what kind of research did you do on Mumbai to just explain the city to him?
I've kind of lived here for a little bit anyway, so I've been back and forth quite a lot. So I have experienced, India. And in Mumbai, I've been like working as well. So, I've been doing my modeling and stuff. So I think I get a good feel of the city, and I've been mostly in Mumbai as well. So I think I had a fair good idea of what the city is about.
The fact that she just corrected herself from Bombay to Mumbai, so
yeah,
she knows quite a bit about the city, and she's getting to know about the city definitely. We've seen all those pictures of yours and Sendil kissing and all. People who've seen the film, they tell us that that's not the story. In a way, it's they're not publicizing the film in a proper light. Is that correct? Is that your perception as well?
Do you know what? The kissing pictures and stuff like that came out, and it was weird because then it was like, this love-making scene and stuff like that. Now, even if there was, I wouldn't have done a scene like that if it didn't go with the film. But if you see, it's like the tamest. Kind of scene.
That's what Sendil has said as well. Then.
Yeah, exactly. It's very tame. It's sensual. It goes with the story. I mean, when you're in love with someone, or you've just kind of met someone and you're getting to know someone, you have affection. You have intimate space with each other and stuff. Sure. I think it goes with the story really well. But yeah, like I was been saying from the beginning, just see the movie and see for yourself, how hot or sizzling it is.
How is Indian media different from British media?
It's probably very similar, to be honest. Okay. It's very similar.
How is it similar? You mean to say in terms of paparazzi element, the gossip element, which is prevalent?
The gossip, the rumours and stuff like that, that's what people are interested in, right? That's what people want to read half of the time. Okay. So I think it's a mixture of stuff. You get some like really good articles out there. You get some things which are totally made up. Okay. But yeah, I think that they're similar. I mean, the press of the press, right? I mean, it's a relationship we've got to have with each other, artists and the press. So it's part of the territory, I think.
But I would say as a layperson, in the sense that, say, for example, you're not a celebrity, but don't you think that maybe, say, someone is a big star, very, very beautiful and doing well in life and all. So don't you think that maybe common people will be keen on knowing that if they're in a relationship or something of that sort? Is it fair or not as such?
What, to know?
Yeah.
It depends on the person though. I think it's fair. It's the person's prerogative to if they want to disclose their personal life and stuff. Yeah. I mean, they're doing their job because they want to talk about the work or they want to show the work, not the personal life. I mean, you're interviewing me, but I'm not going to ask you about your personal life. Oh, who's your girlfriend? Who's your wife?
No, but the thing is, but the thing is that here I'm doing the interview for you because people are more keen on you as such, because you are the known face. And you are the celebrity. Like, say, for example, the name of Abhay Deol has been associated with Preeti Desai for quite some time, and we haven't had really any clear answers for that. So, how do you react to when it is asked that are you in a relationship with Abhay Deol? So, how do you react?
I just say like no comment. Again, with any kind of controversial stories, I just think if it's like away from my work and away from the film that I'm trying to promote, I just don't comment about it. I've just learned I mean, it's up to me if I how much I want to disclose out there, and I've even tried like clarifying a few things, like being engaged and living with someone and stuff. I've clarified it. I'm saying I'm living by myself. I have my own place. I'm not engaged. Yet it doesn't matter because it still gets printed the next day saying, oh, she's still engaged or she's still living with someone. So there's no point in clarifying anything.
In fact, I was reading a story which said that it was almost a year back, which said that you guys have broken up and all. So and you was in some party or something of Ekta Kapoor. There was some story that I read, in fact.
Yeah, I know. I've read them too. Yeah. In the space of a week as well, I've read that. Okay, I'm dating someone. Then the next day, what was it? I have moved in with someone, and then the day after that I was engaged, and then the day after that I was broken up, and the day after that I was back with the person. So I mean, I'm reading the same stuff. Well, now decided not to read so much and not to look into it so much.
Fantastic.
It's the only way you can deal with it. So
I think Abhay is a very good actor. Have you seen any of his movies, in fact?
of course I have. Yes.
Which are the films that you've liked of Abhay Deol?
I've liked Dev D, Oi Lucky, Manorma, 6 Feet Under. Yeah, he's done some awesome work.
Definitely. One of the better actors that we have, and doing some really alternate and really good cinema, in fact.
तौबा तेरा जलवा तौबा तेरा प्यार तेरा इमोशनल अत्याचार.
You've done a Shor in the City. In a way, in Indian movie industry parlance, it will be called that it's a bit of a offbeat cinema. In a way, it's not the regular commercial Akshay Kumar kind of cinema that we have. So, what is your preference? What sort of cinema would you like to do in Bollywood?
It's same as like how I like watching it. I like watching the offbeat stuff. I like watching the international stuff. I like watching the masala stuff. So I'm quite open with, you know, whatever comes my way kind of thing. The most important thing for me is a script. If the script is a good script, because I think that's the most important thing.
Definitely.
And you know, the characters, you know, kind of a character-based role, then I think that's what's important for me. So if, like, you know, tomorrow I get like, you know, another offbeat movie, and like, you know, the script's awesome, the characters in the roles are really good, then you know, I'd go for that. But if say there's a, you know, your typical masala flick that comes my way, and the script again is good, you know, the character role is good, then why not? You know, I don't really say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do this. I think, you know, I'm still kind of breezing through.
You like to do the song and dance, regular routine stuff. That is part of. I think you've liked the Maine Pyar Kiya, and also I'm sure that you must be liking all that stuff as well.
Of course I do. I'm like a total. I love romantic stuff. So I love the whole. You know, I'll sit there and be like, oh.
Fantastic.
But yeah, of course, like, you know, you grew up watching Hindi cinema.
Right.
And you know, like. One of my favorites is Jodha Akbar as well. I love period films.
Oh,
so,
okay.
you know, all-time kind of love story and this and that. So I love, you know, it's awesome.
You've been a known face in India for some time. I think you did the Kingfisher swimsuit calendar, and that is something once you are a Kingfisher girl, everyone knows you in India, because it's all over the place. So how was that experience?
It was awesome. It was actually my first. It was one of my first jobs when I came here.
Right.
So yeah, I'd met with Atul, and Atul was like, okay, I'm going to put you forward for this calendar, and then I got to know, okay, I've been selected to do it. So it was one of my first assignments when I came here.
Right.
And yeah, we went to Ladakh, and like this was September time, so it was freezing.
2008, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy. I was kind of trying to prove to Atul as well, you know, like, this is my first photo shoot, you know, I can do this.
Right.
Yeah, I was freezing, you know, a swimsuit in the snowy mountains.
My God.
So I was like, but yeah, so that was one of my first shoots, the Kingfisher calendar.
And you've done a Provoke campaign with Hrithik Roshan in 2009. So how was that experience? You like Jodha Akbar, so Hrithik Roshan, that must have been a nice experience for you.
Yeah, we actually didn't do the shoots together, but they were out together. The billboards were out together and stuff. Like, so the whole campaign came out. So he had his like single shots, we had our single shots and stuff. So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice campaign to do.
Finally, what are the kind of actors and directors that you aspire to work with?
I need to learn more about, you know, the directors. I need to learn more about the actors and stuff like that. Like, I purely view films as an audience, you know, like kind of as a viewer.
Sure.
So I've been doing that for like, you know, years and years. It's only now I've started sitting and going, okay, who's the director of this? I like this film. Okay, who's this actor and stuff like that. So I've only just started doing this.
Like Jodha Akbar is directed by Ashutosh Guwarkar. You like to work with him?
Okay, why not? Of course. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so, you know, and we have lots of talented actors, you know, and actresses in our industry.
Names in fact?
I can't give names because there's so many. I'll be like going da 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 da.
But even 4 or 5 if you want to give maybe.
Oh my gosh, we've got plenty. Like, you know, the girls are awesome. We've got like Karina, Priyanka, Kankana.
Konkana Sen Sharma,
yeah. Gosh, there's lots.
And actors?
Actors, oh my gosh. We have Salman, we have Shah Rukh, we have Amir, we have plenty of, even good actors as well. It's not fair, like saying which one. Of course, he's an awesome actor.
He's a very good actor.
He's a very good actor.
Fantastic. That was that was Preeti Desai, special conversation in Bollywood Hungama, and her first film, Shor In The City, is coming out, and she's spoken about the experience of doing the Kingfisher calendar, the working experience of being a part of Provoke campaign with Hrithik Roshan, and the kind of actors that she'd like to work with. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama. Lovely to have you, and all the best wishes for Shor In The City and all your future ventures.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.